China was very poor. We seem to have nothing, short of everything. I remember the coupons, quarter. So each family has a quarter for flour, for rice, for meat, and even nuts. For Spring Festival, Chinese New Year, we like to have those sunflower seeds and peanut. Even those sort of things, each family is allocated. You can't buy how much you want. You have, say, only 1 kilo per family for the whole year or something. It's really limited. I think happy, the kids. We have 3 girls in the house. No toys. We play mud. We play outside, what's that, skipping rope or something, or those elastic thing. All the girls play together, and even just running around. Every night I remember my mum had to shout loud to get you home for dinner. Kids all play outside.
Were your parents upset about you leaving the family home of Beijing?
How do you know? It was not uncommon that time to marry a foreigner or to have a boyfriend not Chinese. But they still prefer, they would say, millions of Chinese men, you can't find one you like, because the communication. But they were happy, I am happy. But my father did say, before I turn 70, I hope you stay in China, sort of around us, not too far. Chinese, I guess the parents all would like to have the kids around, not too far, can look after each other. Kids are not that independent as Western either, I don't think.
My father, he was put in jail. My mother went to fun school, so I and my older brother, he about 9 and 7, we must live in ourselves. And my younger brother sent to countryside. Cultural revolution is hard for us, but we still learn a lot of things, how to cooking. I mean, to do everything for ourselves, even you are 7 years old.
You were 7 when the family got split up. Your dad went to jail, your mother went to the countryside, and your youngest brother went to live with an aunt.
And then my mother make a coal, the cooking. No gap, no power. But this is a hard life, but they also got experience. In the future, even a life harder, we can pass.
We have an English teacher called Mr. Howell. There was another student in the English class with me called Victor. Victor and I were the only 2 Asian students in the class. But Mr. Howell would mix us up. I recall many times when we were doing whatever questions, and Mr. Howell would look at me and call me Victor, and I would ignore him. And of course, Mr. Howell would realize that, oh my gosh, called the wrong guy. Now, there were only 2 of us, and Mr. Howell couldn't recognize between Victor and I. And we don't remotely look the same. But that's funny. It is actually quite funny. I personally have not experienced racism as what a lot of people may call racist, but I certainly have experienced uneducated teenagers who shout at us and say, "You Asians go home." But usually those are, in my observation, uneducated kids who don't know any better. At the workplace, no, never. It was more meritorious, not to say that I haven't heard friends or families perhaps thinking that their progress was hindered by racial prejudice. But it is frightening if you're confronted by it, and I think we have to be conscious and cautious of these dark things called racism, because it's there, you can't help it, but we just have to be careful of how we treat it.
I always was an artist, but when I finished my high school, Cultural Revolution start. So, university. We also, soon after, we all sent it to the countryside, so started the labor work. But in Chinese system, is always need people to do so-called propaganda work. It's need people, if you can paint, you always get a similar job. But in the early years, it is still one side is pay the wage and your work is as a labor, but you can many times let you paint. So this is kept many years until 1976. Then I joined the army. But before that time, for 6 years, our the unit, the farm is belong to.
I'm no good. My father is a professional. If you are professional, you are teacher, you are engineer, no good in that year. All whole family like damaged. You know the Chairman Mao said, never stop this. Couple years again. But in 1976, he passed away, Chinese Day, 4th of October, and after they're slowly back to normal. I think, oh, now it's finished. I still, in that year, I'm very young, but I'm so worried. I thought, happen again, I worry. But now, after Chairman Mao died, he's died, I'm a cry. I think, wow, we are having good future. Why the Chairman Mao passed away? What we would do? Then, now I know. Yeah, after this.
I was thinking I was so down because I can't express myself as good as using my mother tongue. And I think it's the biggest obstacle for all the Chinese speakers in Australia. Going to buy things or shopping is not concern. It's the concern that I have for myself if I really want to tell people how I think, to make a decision, to convince people why this is a good decision. That part is quite difficult. I chose to live in a different culture. I need to understand that culture. It's my responsibility. I think that Australian people are kind enough to offer friendly help and welcome and support. It's literally just that culture difference itself makes hard for people who came from a different culture and want to live or develop themselves. As little as the way you talk, the way you express yourself, you might not sound rude in your own language, but the way you say it might make people think, oh, you're so rude, and then you will not make things harder for you, things like that. And the big ones, cultural festivals, religions, belief, political, all these big things, and as small as the way you eat, the way you talk, the way you meet people.
当你刚到澳洲的时候，你觉得澳洲是怎么样的？
当我一下飞机以后，当我一下没翻译，当我一下飞机以后，我就感到这个太阳啊特别明亮。
As soon as he get off from the plane, he already found the sun is so bright, so beautiful Australia.
And 这个蓝天白云。
Blue sky, white cloud.
Why I'm surprised, beautiful. 来到澳洲以后呢，感到澳洲这个水啊可以 drink。
After came to Australia, you found that the tap water can be drink just directly, so quite surprised.
还有嘛，我这个邻居啊，这个邻居他非常有礼貌，看到我们总是微笑。所以我看到这个澳大利亚的人很有礼貌，感到。
And the neighbors were so friendly and kind, always smiled to him and good manners.
Yes.
So you think Australian people are very beautiful.
Very, and say hello.
So they always came to say hello and wave and then make you feel happy.
Yeah. 当我出来的时候，因为这路不认识，所以我到外面去，我问路了。问路的时候，这里的澳大利亚的人，他们很乐意的来帮助我、指引我，甚至于他把我领到，
把你蹦到车上去，把他带过去。
When
he got lost in the way, asked the way to the Australian people, they're so friendly, try to find out how to help him to get there, or even invite him to the car and drove him to the destination.
Officially, I'm an Australian citizen, but I still have a lot of Chinese culture. Chinese culture is still very, very nice. So many years history. I'm very proud I'm a citizen of Australia. Very, very happy, very lucky. I'm very proud for my country. Even at the moment, Chinese already have a big change. Become more and more normal, not that crazy time. But also I feel very lucky to be here. For me, it's most thing is my life experience. whatever how hard the time. That's a big reason why I come to Australia. This is my destiny. Yeah, my destiny. So I painting the bird is my destiny. Accidentally dropped me in the Bamboo Avenue. That's a landscape from my window. So that's a painting. Why I didn't sold that, because I keep for myself. That's my story. As a person, you never know your destiny, how to manage you, but follow your destiny. And that's
They've been here 3 times and they like this place. It's just that long traveling time that really stopped them from coming, and they're in their 80s now. So it is sometimes it's very sad. I know that for sure they won't be visiting me anymore because of health reason. And going back to the immigration, from the emotional side, is sad because my father always counting how many times he gonna see me, how many more times left. So it's a very, I won't use sad, but it's the fact that we have to accept that's how an immigrant life is like when they have old folks at home. So it makes sense. So if I go back once in 1.5 years, he just say, how many people can live up to 90, and he does the maths, and that kind of thing is funny and sad.